Every night at 9:17 p.m., my father made us kiss a photo of Mr. Bells and drink burning drops to stay awake because he believed our family would die if we slept. Then I found out Mr. Bells was the dead doctor who experimented on him as a teenager at a sleep disorder clinic. In my family, we had something called Wake Watch every single night. It wasn't like normal bedtime with stories and goodnight kisses. We'd go to bed at 9:17 p.m. exactly. My mom would ring this old brass bell 3 times from the hallway, and we'd all have to sit up immediately in our beds wearing our day clothes. The rule was simple. No one was allowed to sleep. No excuses. I remember the weight of exhaustion in my bones, how it felt like drowning in reverse. My little brother Sam would already be crying by the time Dad came around with that photo. A black and white picture of Mr. Bells, who Dad said saved our family years ago. We each had to kiss the glass, and I can still taste the Windex Mom used to clean it. Then came the drops. Dad would hold the brown bottle like wine, tilting our heads back one by one, that burning liquid that made your throat close up. He called it alert serum. Sam would gag and I'd grab his hand under the covers, squeezing it in our secret code that meant hold on, just hold on. Then came the next rule. Keep your eyes open while it burned or take another dose. I learned to cry without blinking. What culled me was how other kids talked about dreams. In 4th grade, Megan Torres described flying over clouds in her sleep, and I didn't understand. I thought dreams were the hallucinations that came around 3 a.m. when the walls started breathing and shadow people sat on the edge of your bed. I thought everyone saw them, but the proving time was when I felt most alone. Every hour that bell would ring and we'd stumble to the living room for our tasks, math problems that swam on the page, memory games where I'd forget my own name. Sometimes Dad made us do jumping jacks until someone threw up, usually Sam. Show Mr. Bells we're ready, Dad would say, his own eyes red-rimmed and wild. Show him we deserve what he gave us. Mom would sit in the corner, knitting the same scarf she'd been working on for 3 years. Her hands shook too much to finish anything. I started breaking at 13. That night I fell asleep during Wake Watch. I was dreaming, real dreaming. I was at the beach with Sam, building sand castles, and for 30 perfect seconds I forgot about the bell and the drops and Mr. Bells' dead eyes in that photo. Dad didn't yell. He knelt beside my soaking bed and grabbed my face with both hands. He gave us a gift, he whispered, and his breath smelled like the drops. This is how we honor it. This is how we stay alive. I looked into his eyes and saw something terrible. He was scared. My father, who ran our nights like a drill sergeant, was absolute. That's when I started not running away, just one night of sleep. My friend Lisa didn't know why I cried when she showed me her bedroom. Pink walls, stuffed animals, a nightlight shaped like the moon. It looked like heaven. The night I finally refused Wake Watch, I thought Dad would explode. Instead, he went completely still. Mom dropped her knitting. Sam started hyperventilating. You're destroying everything, Dad said quietly. Everything Mr. Bells sacrificed for us. I just want to sleep, I said, and my voice broke on the word sleep like it was sacred. Mom reached for me. Please, honey, you don't understand what happens when effing what? I screamed. When we sleep like normal humans. Dad's face crumbled. For a second, I saw him as he really was. Not a tyrant, just a broken man trying to protect us from something that lived in his head. I left anyway. Lisa's mother tucked me in that night, actually tucked me in, pulling the blankets up to my chin. I sobbed into her shoulder, and she probably thought I was some kind of abuse victim. She wasn't wrong. I slept for 12 hours and woke up alive. The revelation about Mr. Bells came months later, after I'd moved in with my aunt. I'd been helping her clean the attic when I mentioned him, casual as anything. Her confusion hit me like cold water. Nobody saved our family, she said slowly. Your father, he had problems. After what happened at that clinic, the world tilted. I drove home that night while my parents were at Sam's parent-teacher conference, tore through the house like a woman possessed, found that photo in the basement, hidden like contraband. When I saw the medical badge, Dr. Sam Bell, sleep disorder clinic, my legs gave out. The papers told a horror story. Dad, teenage and desperate to fix his insomnia, signed